Hello everyone, Ace Guy here, and welcome back to Payday 2, a criminal carol, Christmas carol, event carol, I don't know. So in the last video, right before this video starts, I just want to say thank you, thank you thank you for just loving the video or just supporting the video. I was not like, literally the day after the video came out, I was not expecting to wake up to over 200 views. I think right now, at the time of recording, it's around like 420, I think. Nice. So like, thank you guys. Thank you so much for the support. I hope you guys that watched me for the first time got a good impression. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. It helps tons. Thank you so much. So we're here today. In the last video, I said this wouldn't be a regular review, like in review where I get all go in one video. This will be split up into multiple parts. So this is essentially part 2. And in the last video, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta turn down a little bit. We should be good now. But yeah, in the last video, I said the next video would be about the new sniper that was added. And in fact, I went ahead and got the sniper. It is not in here. It is in the events. So the challenge was basically, it wasn't that hard. It was 100 snowball kills, the newly added snowball. It wasn't that hard. I just made it hard on myself and playing on a higher difficulty for more spawns. But yeah, here it is. Here's the sniper. Let's get it. Now, there's actually two more challenges related to the sniper. 500 kills on any difficulty, and we get these attachments, and 150 special enemy kills to get a special unique kit and a suppressor. So the plan is just to see what we can do with a base version, and then check out what we can do with it with mods that we have, and then go for the full-on challenge. As you can see, there was already it's a secondary sniper. We've already had that before in the McShay weapon pack for the pronghorn or R7. No, we already had an R700, so this is something different. And here's the North Star rifle. Preview the weapon. So the model, I see the model. First thoughts on the model, it looks good. It actually doesn't look that bad. It's pretty cool in my opinion. It really is. And there's the stats. So compared to the pronghorn, it has the same total ammo, I believe. Less damage, more in the magazine, more rate of fire. So pretty much like a contractor, but in secondary form, essentially. It has a faster reload than the pronghorn, obviously because of the magazine. It is less concealable base, less accuracy, less stability, and slightly more threat. Or slightly less threat, I believe. I'm sorry. So yeah, let's check it out, I guess. And there's the optimum range, which is pretty much stupid because why do we have to do less damage over range? But on Death Sentence, they do the exact same damage in range. Anyway, I digress. So the attachments, that's the silencer we have to get. The boost, yeah, for the boost, I just get total ammo. In my opinion, if you're ever using a sniper or a bow, just get total ammo boost. It just helps. There's the charms. There's the exclusive kit we have to get. And the gadgets, you know, as you see, the one from the new DLC. The grips, I guess all the car grips. Secondary sight. We do whatever we want with that. Let's say, okay, that's for the, that's the iron sight for the thing, okay. We have to get that through the event. And then the stock, the event. So that's pretty much it. So it pretty much, yeah, I just noticed right now. Yeah, it takes car attachments for the grip and for the rear grip and the stock. So let's see what we can do with this just for the base. We're just gonna try out the base weapon, then kit it out for as much as we can, and then go for the challenge. Since the last video, I did swap up my build. I did change it up to this thing. I souped up this thing with the other attachments with the car 4 on the it's still mostly using the attachments from the new DLC, which brings me actually to something very important. So in the last video I showcased this sight on the AK-12. It's pretty much the same deal as this sight from the same DLC, which basically is just you have a zoom in scope, and then you press the gadget button while ADS, and it switches to the backup red dot. However, this sight is bugged. Not only when you try to switch to the red dot, it doesn't. The scope itself isn't actually centered to your screen. Like I'll literally show this. I'll show this in the video. I'll put it on the car 4 and show you guys. But the thing literally does not work. Like, it isn't centered. And how I can tell this is because even though the laser isn't perfect, there even is a mod for that to make it perfectly centered. But it's still very close to the center of your screen. Especially when you're aiming, it's right next to the dot on your red dot, whatever you choose it to be. And it isn't on there. When you aim in and you have your laser on, the laser is under the reticle of the sight, like under the reticle of the sight, meaning your sight isn't true. That isn't what your gun is gonna hit. It's the laser. You have to aim with the laser when ADS. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Actually, I'll equip the AK so you see what I mean, because I don't know if it's just exclusive to that weapon or it's all across. So I was gonna bring the AK to show that. Okay, so this is how the gun looks like. This is the inspect animation for it, so you can get a good look at it. This is my other weapon if you're curious how that looks like. This is the AK right here. So yeah, look. Let me spawn in the Zeals and the Zeal Heavy. No, that's the light. Heavy. Alright, look. So first things first. When you aim in, and it's the same thing when standing up. So let's say I want to shoot this guy in the head. Weird. My reticle is on him, but I'm not hitting a headshot. I'm just not. What's happening here? And if you want to believe me, if you don't think I am hitting headshots, because if I'm crouching down, this how look again. Let's look at him. Let's look at him standing up. My reticle is on him, right between his eyes. I shoot. May or may not have hit the head. Yeah, look, it's hella inaccurate. So what's the deal with that? I gotta aim again. Well, that first shot was a good example. One more just for demonstrative purposes. So let's say I'm right at his chin. That should count as a headshot. Because even if my reticle was right on his face, on his mouth, that should count as a headshot. But it's hitting his chest. What's the deal with that? Well, if you look at here, I turn on the laser. How lasers usually work in this game, while in hip fire, shut up. So lasers in this game, while there is a mod out there that makes them more accurate because they're not perfect, for the most part, they are accurate to where you're gonna hit or where you're aiming. So if you look at here, what normally when you're aiming with a sight, when you have your laser on, your laser matches your reticle. Because well, it's not the reticle. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the center of your screen. Your laser, for the most part, is at the center of your screen. So whenever you aim with your red dot sight, the reticle is supposed to overlap the center of your screen, and thus overlapping with the laser. They both are on top of each other because they're both at the center of your screen. If you look right here, the reticle is offset from the laser, but you might think, so hey, I ignore the laser because it's the laser and the sight is what I'm looking at. Well, that's not necessarily the case because look, I hit him in the mouth, which is still his head, so there should be a headshot. It hits its chest. Look what's aiming at his chest. The laser. So if I move the laser to that same area in his mouth, look what happens. I get a hit. Again? If you don't believe me, look. Same exact spot on his mouth area, using the reticle. I hit his chest. I aim in that same location with the laser. I get a hit. So for a paid site, you get on a paid DOC, not only can you not switch to the backup site, it isn't even at the center of your screen when you aim in. Meaning, if you try to use the red dot to hit your headshots or to hit your enemy, you're not gonna hit him for jack. See, that was a pretty bad example. That's when my laser was on him already. But look, look what happens. When I aim at his head and the laser isn't also aiming at him, I ignore the laser and pay attention to the reticle. Look, that's a bad example again, but look, that is still hitting him because the laser's going through. But just for better testing, look. Oh my god. But see, this proves my point. No, because it's way too inconsistent. But I think you genuinely get my point. You can still hit the guys. Because I'm hitting this armpit probably. Yeah, I'm hitting the sides and the sides. So it's really... This sight is just so weird. Because look. So just to keep in mind, the forearms don't have any collision. But everything else does. So let's just kill both of y'all. Got out of frustration. Yeah, look. So this is how it should behave. While I don't have a laser on, I can still relatively aim the center of my screen. See? Center of your screen. And when I aim and pull the trigger, if I aim and aim for the same, on the sniper reticle, if I aim the exact same area as aiming with the red dot and pull the trigger, it hits. Similar area without the look at the, pay attention to the laser and pay attention to the reticle. That's a terrible example. But again, look, this thing is just so inconsistent. You literally have to be right up against them for it not to matter. Cause look, better example. If I go all the way to the back, here I aim. I try to aim as best as I can. I do long range shot. It doesn't. Well, you still got a hit. That isn't because the reticle hit him in the head. It's because the laser hit his legs. It's the laser that's hit that's where my point of aim is, not the reticle. Cause look at the bullet impact compared to where the reticle is. Cause bullets in this game come out of your aim point, whatever the point of your aim is, or the barrel, whatever the bullets hit where you're aiming, and that's the center of your screen, and the laser points at that center. Look at the bullet impacts. Just look. While I'm aiming for his skull, the laser is pointing down at around his crotch area. And look what the bullet's hitting. His crotch area. So this paid DLC sight, one, doesn't have the functionality of a dual sight, nor does it have the functionality of an actual scope, because the reticle doesn't work. Your laser is your aim point, not this sight. Overkill, please. And again, better example. Back in the same direction. I aim around the center of my screen. I hit him. Alright? And look, let me hip fire with this thing as well. I aim with my laser at his head. I hit him. He died. Now when I aim in with this sight reticle, look where I'm aiming. Boom. I hit him. So this sight is absolute bogus for a paid DLC. Paid DLC. That is ridiculous. So we're back again. The same test, same I was on earlier. Now I got a laser and the other sight, a part of this DLC, on the sniper. On my car, I changed from an AK to the car 4 with the alleged bug sight I'm talking about. So already, the sight works. On the car 4, the sight works, which is good. And guess what? Holy shit! Guess what? The laser is at my reticle. So hold up. This is how it should behave. So let's go around. Let's line ourselves up right around this wall. I don't know how far this is, but whatever. You see? This works fine. This aims fine. I hip fire. And look, my laser and reticle are over top of each other. I'm aiming at the correct place. So something about the AK sight placement somehow messes something with the, I don't know if this is on all the AKs. I'll do another test just to be sure with 2 AKs. But look, this issue doesn't happen with this sight. So is it just car-based weapons that don't have this issue, or what? Look, it's over. This is a different sight, by the way, so don't just calm yourself down. Yeah, look, this is how it should behave. And this sight, the bug sight on the AK, it behaves fine on cars. So let me bring out 2 AKs, see if this is what I'm thinking it is. So here I have with 2 AKs. The Krinkov, I know it's degenerate, I don't care. This test is more important. And the AK-762. But with the AK-762, I forgot to put a laser on it. God damn it. So here I have, I'm back again. Here I have the laser on it. But what I didn't put on this AK is the new upper receiver from this DLC. The upper receiver being this, as you see right now. What the use with the upper receiver, as you can see, I don't know if we'll be able to tell, those railings on the Krinkov aren't there normally. And I'm not talking about the side scope mount, which is this thing right above it, but those railings you see right under the scope mount, those railings are part of the attachment from this new DLC. I kind of covered up a theory maybe this upper receiver is messing with the sight, but just to be sure, I also did not put the scope mount, see if that's an issue as well. Though there's 2 different AKs, the AK-762 and the Krinkov. So let's test this out. Again, put this over in Zeal. Variant 1. And look at here. So I aim in. Oh, I aim in. The backup sight works. The backup sight works. Okay. And when I turn on my laser, I aim with my laser, shoot, hit his head. Simple as. Now when I aim in with my scope, I move the scope slightly under him. I hit. Hey. I aim at his face, I hit again. Aim at his feet, I hit him again. He's dead. Okay. Try this again. Now I'm gonna try to get the laser offset from him while still on target with my reticle. I hit. I don't hit. Once my reticle is on that black piece. Oh, he moved. That's a hit. So, without the scope mount or the railing, or the upper receiver railing, this sight works perfectly fine on the AK-762. Yeah, even the red dot is perfectly cool. So what about the Krinkov? Is this gonna have the same issue? Again, laser aim, hit, I got him. Now I aim with the aim in. I can't use the scope. I can't use the backup red dot. And look, you can even tell the scope looks really weird. So I aim at the guy with my reticle, but as you can see, the laser is offset. So when I pull the trigger, I don't hit him. Again, I don't hit him. Once more, I don't hit him. But if I move my laser over his head, even though the reticle is aiming over him, I get a hit. So what's happening here? There's 2 possibilities. Either the scope mount, the side scope mount from the AK card mod pack, or the upper receiver railing from the new McShay mod pack is bugging the sight, not allowing it to be properly aimed correctly, or centered, or whatever. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go back on this Krinkov, remove the upper receiver railing, and if that still bugs the sight, then that means this sight cannot function with the scope mount from the AK card mod pack and the upper receiver railing from the McShay mod pack. Last test, I have the same Krinkov, but I removed the rail scope mount and the upper receiver railing. I have the same AK-12 from earlier, but I just removed the upper receiver railing. Now let's test. Set the Zeal, spawn in a heavy, and again laser. It hits. I aim. I can't use it. So the scope mount, the backup red dot does not work at all. I try to aim at the guy with my reticle. It hits because the laser is clipping into his chest. Or is it? So let's try this again. I'm still in his mouth, but my laser weighs on his chest. I hit his chest. The bullet impacts on his chest. Why is that? Because my laser is my true aim point with this sight for some reason. I aim my laser at his head, even though my reticle is above him, I still hit him. Now, the Krinkov. Laser on, hipfire, I hit him. Aim in with this thing. I can use the backup laser, the backup red dot just fine. And look at that. I can use the red dot relatively fine. It's a functional sight. This thing. I can use the red dot. Now for the scope. I aim in with the scope. I turn on my laser. And look here. My laser is on him alongside my reticle. I hit him in the head. I aim in the chest area. I hit him in the side right there, so I didn't hit him in the chest, so let's get a bit closer. So in the chest, I hit him in the chest because my laser is on this chest. I back up. His laser is on his head because I'm aiming my reticle on his head, and my laser is there as well. Meaning, I hit him. So from what I can tell, if you're using an AK weapon, if you're using this sight, I'll get the name of the sight later, right after. But if you use this sight from a paid DLC, and you equip the scope mount for the AK from the AK card mod pack, this will essentially make the sight unusable, because the reticle will be above your laser when your laser is your aim point, and you won't even be able to use your backup red dot. So on AK type weaponry, if you equip, again I repeat, with AK type weaponry, if you use this scope and then equip the scope mount from the AK card mod pack, this sight is useless. But without it, it's perfectly fine, it perfectly works. And on the car weapons, again, it's perfectly fine, it perfectly works. Overkill! What are you doing? I can't believe this. So okay, so here's the site name. The Canison Sharp site from the McShay mod pack is useless on AK weapons if you equip the scope mount from the AK card mod pack. If you remove that, it's fine. It works. Even with the upper receiver sight railing, the sight doesn't go back there, so that's fine. That is so stupid. That is so dumb, and I can't believe I made that discovery live. I don't know if I'm the first person to find this out or realize this, but yeah, Overkill, what are you doing? And God, okay, I'm so sorry for going in that. This video was gonna be about the new sniper, but I guess that has to be the next video because I guarantee you this video is still way too long. So I guess we gotta save this for next time. And I guess this video was meant to be. This video was meant to be about the new sniper, but I made a scientific discovery instead. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching this ramble, I guess. I'll definitely be reporting this to Overkill. Just spam this on Twitter to them. And I hope you enjoy your day. I'm so sorry about this.